welcome back to Date with the Divas. Thank you for clicking on our channel. I know you're gonna like this video, so you just might as well subscribe to us. Like this video, hit on that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest and greatest. Let's grab our beverage of choice. I got a little started, so let's mix this up. Alicia, hook us up, please.
All right, y'all. All right. So we got a hot topic tonight, real quick. So for those who don't remember, Halle Berry and DDG, they were together for quite a while. They gave birth to a beautiful baby.
You call her Halle Berry again?
No, she didn't. She said
Haley Bailey.
I think it's Halle Bailey.
It's hot. I thought it was Haley. I thought it was Haley.
It's not
Halle Bailey.
It's not. I thought it was
Halle
Haley.
Bailey. No, it's not
Haley Bailey.
Wait.
The nursery rhyme.
Say her name correctly. Who knows it correctly?
Halle Bailey.
I think it's Halle Bailey.
I thought it was Okay.
Yeah, Chloe and Halle was the group. So Halle Bailey.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Anywho. So they have a cute little baby boy. I think
Sorry, Halle.
I think the baby is like 2 years old now, 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So they did break up. Some people were shocked, some people were not shocked. They kind of predicted it.
Thank you.
But right. And I want to say last week or a couple weeks ago, Halle filed a restraining order against DDG for abuse, claiming he once slammed her face into a steering wheel, causing her to have a chipped tooth. He denied those allegations and offered a different account to the whole scenario. Instead, now, Halle has a chance to go to Italy this weekend to film. And so she wants to take her son with her. But unfortunately, DDG is having an issue with that, even though right now she's been granted, I feel like, let's see, full custody or something like that.
Full custody.
Yeah, she's been granted temporary full custody. But now he wants to claim that Halle has, he wants to urgently ask the court to stop, to have her not take the baby away to out of the country. He says that basically she is not stable mentally to care for herself or their son, and he fears what would happen if she leaves out of the court's reach. He says that she has threatened to harm herself and the baby before, and he went so low as to post messages online that Halle sent him allegedly, saying, threatening herself. He said that she threatened to get an abortion. These are like very old messages, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like abortion.
Are they like
baby is too?
Are these messages pre-child?
Yeah.
It seemed like pre-child and postpartum type of child.
Yeah, exactly. She said around the time she decided she was talking about abortion, but then decided against it clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which is her right to do.
Thank you.
Right.
And mine now. I mean, a lot of people go through, they have kids and think about getting an abortion or what.
She was a young girl. I think she was like 19 when she got pregnant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the big deal on that? That's not like she's going to harm her child 2 years later.
Right. Or even harm herself.
Because we did a story when she got pregnant because a lot of people were saying she was too young to have a child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So these would be reasonable conversations for her to be having with herself.
Those ones.
I mean, older women
Mm-hmm.
and her, have these kind of conversations with themselves about having a kid. It's a big deal having a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially you're not in a stable relationship. Her career was just taking off. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. And then, of course, he's claimed that, she wanted to harm herself and all these messages. But women go through postpartum depression, though. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's using that part against her. It's like, unless it's happened last week, dude. I'm surprised that the lawyers even think that this is
worth doing.
Right, worth bringing up. Because if it's after a certain amount of time frame, you can't say I might harm somebody.
He's paying his lawyers, so
that's true.
They gonna bring up what you want them to bring up. But
like, I gotta pay college tuition. Let's do this.
Good point.
Right.
You got to pay me either way, right?
Right.
Win or lose.
But does anybody know if he's like an active dad? Because what I find funny is that MFers want to forbid you from leaving the country, but you ain't picking up the child every week. You're not with the
Right.
child.
Now,
He
I
is
was reading
active.
because she did a
He
restraining
is
order
active.
on him for abuse.
Yes.
And
Yes.
from what I read, he is actively involved.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Matter of fact, he's so active. He likes to film himself with his baby at least every week, girl. It's some
Okay.
people, to the point, some people were like, okay, yeah, some moments should be private. Like, we don't need to see every little. The internet's not your diary.
Right.
Some people wants to say. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because they're no longer together. So a lot of their points of contention of their fighting happened during drop-offs and pickups.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So then, looking at the information that was provided, do you think it's just really they both have issues with each other about whatever it is, and so it's just now it's to the point where it's like, okay, I want this kid to be with me full time.
I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I really just feel like a man can't say that he's a good father if he's abusive to his child's mother.
There you go.
I have a hard time with that personally.
I agree.
and what also
Yeah.
bothers me.
Go ahead, sorry, Alicia. Go
What
ahead.
bothers me is that now he wants to act concerned about these messages when he didn't seem concerned when during the time it was actually happening in real time. Like,
Right. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't call anybody to make sure she didn't harm herself or
right,
whatever.
right, or yeah.
Yeah. It also seems it's not weird because it is the way that we do things today. Just like y'all was saying, he's always putting his baby on social media, but to share that on social media because it's like
About your
trying to
child's
make her
mother,
look
like your son is going to read that one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you were really concerned, keep it in the courts.
Right.
You don't need the court of public opinion. And it's just a weekend. And like when you said fighting to keep his child in the country, that's how it's like.
Well, she's gonna
Wait,
film
what?
for 2 months. When you film, it takes a while. But she's
Oh,
leaving
it's 2
this
months.
Okay,
Oh,
I thought you
She's
said a
leaving this
weekend.
weekend.
Does
2
she
months
have to
is
come
a
back
long
for her
time.
court case? Doesn't she have to
2
come back for
months
a
is a
court case,
long-
which is like June 24?
She might be
In
allowed
one of the
to do that.
documents, they said that the
Oh,
court
okay.
case of that's scheduled. They have a hearing on June 24th. I would
Right.
assume she would need to be back for that.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
but
who
she
does
could
he
come
expect to
back
take-
and have her child stay in Italy.
Right, but I don't think she's trying. I mean, I could be wrong. She's trying to leave the United States and not, bring her child back. Is that what he's concerned that she's trying to
Yeah,
abduct
like
the child?
she's gonna come back.
Right.
And I mean, you have I'm assuming as much funds as she has to do the back and forth. I mean, you wouldn't be
I was
the
gonna say
first-
you can
you're not the
Buy
first
yourself-
possibly
the
go to
last
Italy or I don't
Right.
know.
to go back and forth. Like I don't
Yeah, or maybe a month in Italy, month here. Well, that's right. He doesn't have custody, so it only makes sense that the baby goes to Italy
right.
with
And
her,
she's
'cause
in
she
the
has
Italy
custody.
trip is for work. It's work
Yeah.
related.
Yeah,
So she's coming back.
Thank you. It's just like stop.
yeah. That's just sad that but a lot of people go through it. It's sad that they can't like figure something out on their own.
What's unfortunate is that everybody warned her. Everybody was saying this was a bad guy. We did the story on it.
Did
and-
we
yeah.
did. I wasn't
Yes.
gonna say it, but
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, everybody warned her. But when you're young, you have to learn for yourself, I guess.
Thank you, because you grown.
Mhm.
not just that, you in love,
Yeah, he's different. This time it's gonna be different.
Right.
And some life lessons have to be learned yourself. It doesn't make a difference.
Totally.
You got a lot of times you got friends or whatever that were married and probably divorced or even still married, and they're like, "Girl, don't get married," blah, blah, blah. But you took your chance. Let
Yeah.
me shoot my shot. So I mean, good
Yeah.
or bad.
Yeah, and then they got a child out of it that they both love, and
But I'm not a parent, so forgive me. I will never understand. Maybe I would if I became a parent. Having a child with someone that you now hate, like you love this person enough to procreate with them,
Right.
and now you can't stand the sight of them.
Mhm.
I just don't. I don't get it. I really
yeah.
don't.
What do you mean?
How do you
Do
get
you
to
mean
that
you don't know how
point?
they get to the
Yeah, how do
hate,
you get
or-
there? How do you get from I love you so much, I want to
I think 'cause
have
it's
your
too-
child.
Because it's one extreme to other.
Yeah.
Or did I want to have your child and I just had your child?
But people,
I mean-
go, Joe.
No, or like, if that person was just, abusive towards you
I
or
was gonna
something
say
like that,
abusive or something.
abusive and mentally abusive towards you, or did not want good things
But
for
I
you.
feel like they were that before you got
But some
pregnant.
people send their
You didn't see
representatives,
it.
and then after that, the representative gets
I mean, you
fired.
didn't give it
It's
enough
a-
Or
time.
you
Hey,
didn't
look
you
at
didn't want to
that.
see it. You didn't
You
want
didn't give it
to.
enough time.
Yeah,
Look at
or you
that
thought you
movie,
could change
Jennifer
him.
Lopez, Enough, right? Like she was all happy-go-lucky, and
But
then
also sometimes
But Jennifer
what
only had
happens is,
kids with one man. If we're gonna use
but
Jennifer.
no, but
No,
no,
she
no,
said
no,
that
no. I'm talking
movie.
sometimes
about
She said she talking about her character.
the character in the
the
film.
character.
No,
But
I'm just
also what
saying,
happened?
like everybody that I've been with, I'm still friendly with. Every
Mhm.
single man
You're
that I
lucky,
have
girl.
laid
You're
down with.
lucky.
You're
But the thing is,
lucky.
I think sometimes what happens is circumstances and life shifting changes people. So different events within that relationship, and they start to evolve, especially when children become evolved, then the game changes. And sometimes people
Hate
don't
each other?
shift.
Yeah, well, look,
There's
for
a thin line
example,
between love and hate, Antrese. Hate and love is like opposite sides of the coin. It's not too
I've
Yeah.
far
never
of a stretch.
experienced this.
Yeah.
I've
Been
never hated
blessed.
anybody that I ever loved. That's just me though.
well,
Been lucky.
I could see any of that happening. I could
Yeah,
see it, especially with children involved. Like,
Yeah.
people change.
people change.
And people change can change to the uglier side when
Side.
when the relationship sours and you have children involved.
To, exactly.
And they see you
Exactly.
moving on and you look
I
happy
was
with
gonna say,
somebody
and you
else and they
don't.
have
Somebody
It's like
don't
it's
want
a
to let
whole
it
it's
go.
a whole lot.
Or did y'all ignore all them red flags?
I think
Unlike
it's
the
a
man
combination
in
of
that
all of it.
I
Twitter
think sometimes
story.
it's a combination, but
It's a
again,
combination.
Ignore all them red flags
But
because you
guess
wanted
what?
a man so
Sometimes,
bad.
hey, guess what?
No, I
Sometimes
don't
someone doesn't pick up
agree.
the
I don't
bottle
think
to be
that's
alcoholic until 6 months of marriage. You know what I mean? Sometimes someone doesn't become a drug addict until after you've married
Yeah,
them for
but
2
you
years. or
saw
something.
they were doing the drugs. You
No,
saw
not
they just
necessarily.
no,
Not
no,
necessarily
you
They
started
true.
drugs
could
afterwards.
have
You can't
you could have
say
been
that every
married
day
for a
sex
year and
you
they
got
got
together,
hurt,
girl. That's
and
just a
now they
lie.
got addicted to
have
the
perfect
drugs.
relationships.
Right, you
I
can't say that
guess.
everything happens before the relationship.
Sis,
You cannot.
You cannot
You
make
cannot be a
finite
blanket for
statements like
relationships.
that. You
No.
I
cannot.
have dated men who do drugs.
That's on you.
They
girl,
don't
but you
hide that
can't make
shit.
finite
They don't
statements.
The
hide it.
simple,
They don't
the
hide
saying
it.
is the
A
saying is
man who
simple.
likes
A
to drink a
wolf
lot
in
of
sheep's
alcohol is
clothing.
not hiding it for a year while you're dating him. It's not happening.
No.
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Stop
People will
it.
do things to get what they want. They will adjust their behavior and they will suppress it until they can't do it any longer.
Not enough time for you to marry and have a kid with them.
You don't
The
know.
same
Maybe
thing
I
you
got
don't
married in
know.
Having a
6
kid don't
months.
make no time.
Well, I'm not gonna take it there, but because I was about to say there are people aren't a woman's not gonna know if a person is an abuser of kids until after the kid is there. You know what I mean? Like some things you're just not gonna know until, like Lava
The
said,
situation.
like
No,
right.
but he's not abusing his kid. He's abusing her.
Some for this
But some
story,
people, they don't
you
abuse
made it
the
like
woman, they
it's
abuse
I'm
the
not
kid.
talking
I'm
about
attacking your
a
blanket
man. I'm not
statement.
talking about a person who's abusing their kids. Obviously, if you have kids with someone and they start abusing your kids, how would you ever have known that? I'm not talking about that. I said my original statement was, how do you love somebody enough to have a child, to bear a life with them, and now
Okay, I'm
stand
gonna
the
say,
sight of them?
I'm gonna give you.
Patrice, some people, I think that some people don't love them enough. It could be casual that you just end up having this baby and you're like, well, I'm pregnant. It's time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it work. That could be one of the scenarios. Or like Alicia was saying, thin line between love and hate. You love this person so much and you could be ignoring some red flags. And then
Like I said, it's a combination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrice, I think you seem very wise in the dating area. Everybody got side hustle nowadays. You should be a dating coach. We go
Right.
Patrice's services.
Y'all too hard-headed to coach.
No. You
So
better learn
I
how to
think
teach
when
better. You
in
gotta
some
teach better.
relationships are love and hate from the beginning. There are
Yeah. Some are love and hate
relationships.
from the beginning, and some just ain't right, But yeah, that's good that you don't hate none of your exes.
Don't. They're lovely men.
You're an anomaly, okay? You cannot put your experience onto everybody else's, okay?
Like, okay, you told me.
You know what, Joe? You know what I was thinking? You know what? That response from Montrese was a very good one. Better than
Oh,
he has evolved.
see? People do change our traces, even you. So
Was it change? Was it change? Because we all read between the lines on that one.
For real,
Yeah, no,
right?
I mean, you're right. There are relationships that are just tumultuous from day one.
Yeah.
So, maybe it's
But
that.
sometimes
Does.
even the people within those relationships, they don't even understand, like, how did I go from this to how did we go from this to this? And
Yeah.
sometimes, again, it's a combination of a whole lot of things, deeply rooted stuff that has nothing to, sometimes deeply rooted things that don't even have to do with the two individuals,
True.
you know?
True that. True that.
and on that note, y'all, let us know what you guys think about this story with DDG and Halle. Or Holly. Sorry, it just slipped my mind. I'm gonna talk about it.
HB.
Yep, HB.
Allie Bailey.
Right, what she
I hope
said.
I'm saying it right.
Yes, Holly Bailey.
It's such a tongue twister, but
It's a difficult name for some reason.
At least for this group.
Because we want to
No,
say
it's
Halle
it-
Berry.
Exactly. Because you want to say Holly Ballard. See, I messed it up.
All right, like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. Good night.
Have a good
All
night.
right.
Dang.